Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. As I said beforehand, I was happy with a draw. I think second half we were quite fortunate not to concede. We were pegged in our own half a lot of the second half. First half I thought was pretty equal, not a lot between either side, not a great deal of chances. It was kind of like a cup final, how they're too hesitant from both sides. No one wants to take a risk. Bruno was taking a few risks as always. He was quite sloppy today though, I thought, Bruno. Not the best performance I've seen from him. He was giving the ball away a lot for me. I've seen him do it in the past, but he usually levels that out with an assist or a goal. But today I thought he had a poor game, to be honest. Certain things like certain passes that he would normally make, they weren't getting there. They're not the best, but I'll take the point. I thought we did a good job of keeping De Bruyne quiet for the most part. He did have one moment where he nutmegged, I think it might have been Shaw, and Mahrez had a chance in the first half that he should have done better with probably. But apart from that, he didn't really do a lot, De Bruyne. Sterling in times was getting into the box, but nothing was really coming of it. Tried to win a cheap, that wasn't a penalty off of Maguire where he just fell on the floor. Maguire though, I love to say, I think he was really good today. He did give the ball away a few times, but we got away with it. And I think defensively though, outside of the passing where he gave it away, he was exceptional today. He got in a good block against Sterling in the first half. And then in the second half, I can't remember who it was against, but he come running in at the last minute and got a vital block on a shot that was, I think it was on the penalty spot or maybe closer. So I thought positionally today, I thought he was really good, Maguire. Love to see that from him because we don't see it enough. He was my man of the match today. You could give it to Shaw. A lot of people would give it to Shaw. Shaw was my other guy that was in contention for man of the match. So I'm not mad at either of them, to be honest. But a pretty poor game overall from both sides. Just, like I said, hesitant. And yeah, just you expect a bit more. No one was really going for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was definitely people holding back, I think. Maguire had a chance with a header that he definitely should have got on target. That I will say. I'm not saying he should have scored, but he headed it over the bar. And I think someone of his stature and strength and size, he's got to be winning more balls. And I felt he won more balls today, but they're going over the bar and ballooning up in the air and stuff. So it's a small progress that he's winning these balls, but he needs to be getting them on target and maybe scoring some of them. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'm letting him off a little bit today, giving him man of the match, but it's a night and day performance between other performances we've seen from him recently and for most of the season, let's be honest. My player ratings, I'll give an average to De Gea, 5 out of 10. Didn't really have a lot to do. Aaron Wan-Bissaka again, didn't really have a lot to do. 5 out of 10 for me. Lindelof, I'll give a 7. Didn't have a great deal to do, but wasn't really troubled. Maguire, I give an 8. As I said, vital blocks at vital times. Shaw, 8 out of 10 as well. So you could have split Maguire and Shaw for man of the match for me. Fred, obviously he picked up an injury in the first half, and I thought, are you kidding me? Because he looked like he was going to have to come off. But he got through the game, credit to him. But I give him an average. I don't think he really got involved too much. Did his job, but didn't go above and beyond. So an average for Fred. McTominay, I actually thought, look, I don't think McTominay's good enough to be starting, but I actually think he was one of the better players today. Died off a little bit near the end, but he was a lot better than I've seen him for a while. So I give credit to him. So I'll give him just above an average. I'll give him a 6. Greenwood, I thought very quiet. Just didn't impact the game for me. 3 out of 10. Bruno, as I said, not good enough for me today. I'll give him a 4. Could arguably give him a 3 as well because the amount of balls he was giving away, and he just didn't really have any moments today to really stand out. He had a shot in the second half with a left foot effort that weren't too far wide, but just forcing it. So not the best from Bruno for me. 4 out of 10, just below average, but could be a 3. Rashford, I thought, was our worst player. 2 out of 10. Just so quiet and losing the ball. There was a point where Bruno put him through, and his first touch again, just things that should be a basic, he's not getting right. Just not good enough for me. Pogba, look, he shouldn't be even on the bench. He shouldn't be anywhere near the team. But I actually think that he had an all right game again. Didn't do anything wrong really. I thought he was just above average for me, 6 out of 10, but it doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't be anywhere near the team. So 6 out of 10. Martial come on near the end, but I didn't notice him at all when he come on. I think we should have started him because Greenwood and Rashford again didn't offer up the hold-up play or the link-up play up top. So for me, Martial had to start the game regardless of fitness to offer us more up front, but he didn't, and he come on and I didn't notice him, so he needed more time. 3 out of 10 for me for Martial. Just going over the other notes from the game, just in case I've missed anything. I think we were forcing passes a lot. Bruno, several other players I can't think of the top of my head now, but we were definitely forcing passes, especially in the first half. I think Greenwood, I remember doing one where he just hits a long ball across field that's to no one, just hit and hope. So there was a lot of forced passes, especially in the first half. Second half, as I said, they kept us penned into our half a lot, and we was defensively very good because obviously it was a clean sheet, but there was a lot of pressure on us, but we dealt with it. So swings and roundabouts because obviously we didn't get the winner, but we defended well. What I would say about Luke Shaw, there was a bit in the first half where he had a throw-in and he threw it straight to a City player. Like, no one was even near this City player either. So things like that we need to stop. Stupid mistakes. How can you have a throw-in and throw it to the opposition when there's not even one of your players next to that opposition player? Them sort of things are just stupid. So that was the only thing I would have picked out for Shaw. But other than that, I thought he had a great game. There was a point where I think Pogba put Rashford through, and this was second half. He put him through, and it was a bit of a going wide on the angle, going out just nearly outside of the box. And Rashford, I think he hit it first time with his left foot, scuffed it, and I thought, take a touch. Look, we all give a lot of criticism to Rashford for slowing things down, but it's this decision making. Like, that's the one time you want to take a touch, and he hits it first time with his weaker foot and just makes a mess of it because he panicked. So it's decisions again with Rashford, and I thought it was just not good again from him. Overall then, disappointing game, but a point is a good result for me. Tight game, and I'm happy that we were that good defensively. It was just a shame we couldn't counter on that and get the winner, but overall I'll take it. We get a point, and I'm happy that we kept De Bruyne quiet, and Sterling as well. It would have been interesting to see how he would have dealt if Aguero was fit and playing, because it could have been different then, but I don't know. I think we might have got away with it. So overall, on the whole, a good performance. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for me. We only made one sub, which was surprising. Probably should have made a sub earlier again. I say this every recap pretty much. So I'm surprised he only made the one sub. But the fact we got a result against one of the top teams, even though they're not on top form at the moment, the second half they were all over us. So we soaked up that pressure, but we should be getting out of half more. But I'm going to take the point, considering things recently, getting knocked out, and we had to have a bit of a response, and it's not the response we wanted really, but it's better than losing. So I'll give him a 7 today, Ollie. Maybe a little bit optimistic from me, but give him a 7. I'll take the point. Man of the match, as I said, Harry Maguire. It's a shame we can't get a winner, but I'll take the point. Hope you enjoyed the game, guys. Let me know your thoughts and your ratings and just thoughts on the game, and be back with the next game.